What's going on, everyone? So, the first Descendant update 1.1 is right here. So, y'all look out for that to download on consoles and, on Steam, PC, wherever you have it at. And we got the patch notes here. Like, subscribe, y'all, if y'all like this type of content. I'd appreciate it for this channel. So, let's go ahead and get right into this. So, we have the new Descendant Haley right here. And we got our skills to read. Okay, so she has a passive skill, Safe Strategic Retreat. The weak point damage decreases when attacking nearby enemies and increases when attacking distant enemies. So obviously she's a sniper, so you want to stay back as far as possible to do as much damage to her. Obviously she'll still do damage and needs to if an enemy gets close to you, but we know how we're going to be playing her. Uh, so active skill 1 right here, Kyro round, fires multiple Kyro rounds at enemies to deal damage and inflict Kyro. So that's a new element. Is it going to be non-attribute or will it actually be an element? We'll find out, won't we? Inflicted enemies with Kyro receive additional damage from Haley's firearm attacks. So yeah, enemies that have it on them, obviously with Kyro, you're going to do more damage to them. Active skill 2, Storm Snare knocks back enemies with a chill vortex and fires a giant freezing beam. Hit enemies are inflicted with Kyro. So this is another way to put Kyro on enemies. Definitely if you activated your skill, and if they get close, you want to knock them back so you can do more damage. So obviously this is one of those skills for that reason. And then we got 3, Code Fairy, kind of like how Viessa and all of them have theirs. What's her phase 2, Freyna? You put a buff around yourself every second. While in Cold Fury state, her movement speed gradually decreases, but her firearm penetration and critical hit rate for firearms and skills all increase significantly. So yeah, she sounds like she's going to be pretty OP. Once Cold Fury reaches maximum stacks, she becomes immune to knockdowns, and her firearm and critical hit damage increases. So by activating that, not only that, you're going to get critical hit rate, and then when you reach max stats, you're going to be able to increase that critical hit damage. So you kind of see how they align together. Raise up that critical hit, stack that, and then that's going to give you more critical hit damage. So I mean, she seems to be built very damn well. We know people are going to be buying her straight up. They don't want to wait to farm. And then let's go down to her ultimate, called Zenith. Equips her unique weapon when attacking with a unique weapon, greatly increases penetration and firearm attack. So there we go, more damage again. And deals additional chill skill damage. Not Kyro, but chill skill damage. Kind of like Viessa. Recovers MP upon attacking weak points. So with her, we see its weak point is going to be important. So we know that weak point damage is critical for her already just because of that. Because you'll be getting back mana and be able to spam your abilities for it. But here's another key thing. When the unique weapon skill ends, decreases the cooldown of the skill depending on the number of bullets. So we could have faster cooldowns. And when getting back the mana on the weak points, you'll be able to keep up her damage even higher. So we can get a glimpse of how to play her already just off of this. And down here, they give you like the picture for the research. So I can go ahead and move that out the way real quick. As we see right here, enhanced cell blueprint, stabilizer, catalyst, just like all the other ones. And then we have the mats right here. So and we're going to get to where those are going to be farmed because they're actually telling us that. So researching enhanced cells, obviously 36, 36, 36. We see that 36. Here's the interesting thing. Farming Haley research materials. Haley's enhanced cell DNA stabilizer components, spiral catalysts, and links and data chips can actually be acquired by completing the invasion dungeons. These are the new ones that tell you about that you could do twice a day, and you have to solo them. So get your solo builds ready. Clear any invasion dungeon to acquire one of Haley's research materials with a 100% chance. Clear invasion dungeons faster to acquire up to 3 of her materials at once. Invasion events occur daily in 2 dungeons. Invasion dungeons can be cleared twice per day, so you want to get on and do that, obviously, twice per day. That's nice to know that you're going to be getting on for that now, some new in-game stuff, and they're doing a good job with it. Haley's research materials can also be acquired by defeating monsters in hard infiltration operations. To farm her research materials faster, participate in the following hard infiltration operations. That's also going to be new too. So they're telling you right here to get her enhanced cell DNA, you want to do Magister Lab, Slumber Valley, Stabilizer Component, the Shelter Echo Swamp, Hard, the Chapel, And her catalyst, the Asylum, Agna, uh, Caligo. So the good thing about this is that if you don't get it in, the daily stuff, you can still participate right here, which is good. So you can just keep on farming. And then we see the White Knight Gulch hard mysteries in so that you can get the data chip. And here goes the invasion right here for the episode. After completing all existing main quests, you got to complete the game. The invasion episode continues with the Mysterious Phenomenon quest. Progress through the main quest altered design to unlock the new progression system, Inversion Reinforcement. Progress through the main quest How to Hide the Truth to unlock the new content, Invasion Dungeon. Invasion Dungeon. You can enter invasion dungeons from the Infiltration Operations Terminal. So you can do that in the city. The invasion event occurs daily in 2 of the hard infiltration operation dungeons. So an example right here would be in this picture. Infiltration operation hard, disrupt invasion. Select an operation type. This is cool. I like this. You can choose to play either infiltration operation or invasion in a dungeon where the invasion event has occurred. Invasion dungeons can only be played solo. While the number of entries isn't limited, you will no longer be able to enter the invasion dungeon once you acquired all of the Ironheart particles, which are obtained by clearing the dungeon. Invasion dungeons have unique mechanics for each Vulgus Legion requiring different strategies. Legion of Immortality, the Phase Separation Veil blocks the entrance as it nullifies all attacks. You need to overload it and shut it down. Defeat the enemies and feed their artificial brains into the Quantum Corrupting Unit. Unlock the entrance while the Phase Separation Veil is down. And by the way, guys, this game is under maintenance right now. It'll be up in about 6 hours if they don't delay it. Order of Truth, you must survive the explosion. So if you want to know what that means, if you're in California, it'll be up at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I'm over here down south in Texas, so that would be 6 o'clock for me. Order of Truth, you must survive the explosion from Inversion Energy and Ancient Arch. Remove malignant tumors from the arch pillar and identify its symbol. You must find the ancestor drone that matches the symbol. After surviving the explosion, destroy the wall of malignant tumors with the invasion energy emitter. So we see the other one is about overloading and shutting it down, defeating the enemies to find their artificial brains. And this one is about matching symbols. So it's more puzzle oriented. Legion of Darkness, you must disable the encryption system sealed with inversion energy, climb the central control unit, maybe it's a jumping aspect, and identify the trait of the arch title with guide's help. Occupy arc titles of the same color to decode the encryption, so we have more of that here. The Legion of Darkness Vulgus will try to take back the tiles while you're doing that. Interesting. The faster you clear the invasion dungeons, the more Haley research materials you require. Clear invasion dungeons to acquire gold and Ironheart particles. Inversion Reinforcement EXP. Inversion Reinforcement. So this is a new system they have. It's kind of like, think about how Diablo does its stuff and then they reset it every season. I kind of think this is cool. They're adding that in. So when you acquire the particles, it allows you to level up the skill tree. So for example, we see here, this is kind of like DPS. You got attributes, recovery, survival, season, stuff like this. This will be a part of the seasons, which I think is very cool. So we'll be able to get more powerful and do the stuff that's a part of those seasons to help that out big time. As the level of the inversion reinforcement increases, you will gain energy which can be used to learn the inversion reinforcement effects. There are 5 types of inversions as we saw up there: hunt, attribute, recovery, survival, and season. When you learn all 4 effects in the same line, the line's collection effect will be enabled at all times. You can enable and use 3 of the inversion reinforcements effects you've learned. You cannot enable 2 effects in the same line simultaneously. Okay, they mean right there. The inversion reinforcement effects are applied to all descendants. So that makes you kind of want to be creative with other ones, obviously, and pick the ones that kind of, benefit you. Inversion reinforcements will reset at the end of the invasion season. So when season 2 happens. Hard difficulty fill. Collect Ironheart particles. Added the collect Ironheart particles task for the hard difficulty fields. So you'll see that down here. Complete the task to acquire Ironheart particles. The progress status, so that's cool. Like we're not only we have in-game instances, we have solo instances now. We have a new season progression, and now the open world has more aspects to farm, which is amazing. They're doing a good job with this game, better than I thought they would. New module, Luna's modification modules. Singer's Mercy, when using the skill, places a speaker and grants buffs to allies near the speaker. Aggressive Melody changes the effects of Passionate Stage and Delightful Stage to increase the firearm damage and weak point damage. Battle Pass. End of the preseason Battle Pass. The preseason Battle Pass, Battle Supply Shop, and Bonus Shop will be closed. You will automatically receive Battle Pass rewards you unlocked by leveling up, but not claimed. If you have any remaining supply coins, you will automatically receive the remaining items in the battle shop in sequence. Remaining supply coins after the purchase of all battle shop items will expire and cannot be recovered. Unused bonus coins will expire and cannot be recovered. Start of the Invasion Season Battle Pass. The new Invasion Season Battle Pass arrives, as you see that here. Get the new Ultimate Weapon Excava as the Battle Pass reward. Kind of like what they gave us that other weapon, you'll get it probably at the end of each aspect to max it out. Acquire the helmetless head skins of Bunny, Valby for Freedom, and Sharon Tactical Decision. Also check out the cute cat back attachment with cats. That's pretty cool and cute. Yeah, that's how you do a female right there, none as DEI garbage. Enjoy more battle point rewards, including free rewards. Start of the Invasion Season Battle Supply Shop. The new Invasion Season Battle Supply Shop arrives. And then the stuff that's free, and that isn't that you pay for, like all stuff. Acquire Bunnies, a golden afterimage body skin, and voltage control mass head skin. Acquire Valby's liquefaction acceleration body skin. We they're gonna have new outfits and all that. Added new products, added Haley to the list of standard descendants in the shop. Sniper Squad full dress uniform. Obviously she's gonna have her skins. Added Haley's typical army beret, premium head skin. So we just see this is a whole bunch of aesthetics added for all these characters. Eugen Nightmare. We'll see that all in the shop. And then let's go down to the hotfix. Content improvements, content. Added visual effects, receive effects, chat messages for locating encrypted vaults. Interesting. So we'll be able to get a ding to where they're at. I actually like that. That's going to help people out. And people saying, Angel, man, please come over here. Ding, director's comment. Recently, we received feedback that players who are hard of hearing find it difficult to locate encrypted vaults. Therefore, we added visual cues to the encrypted vaults, hint to help more players feel comfortable playing the first Descendant. I actually think that's pretty cool. So you can kind of see that visual cue that's like right there. See that? It's making a little line across the screen. That's pretty cool. Replaced missions and hard infantry operations with more combat-oriented ones. So if we go down here in the regions, we see replaced occupation with extermination. Everything has like collect, extermination, annihilation. This is actually cool for them to do stuff like this. Increase the EXP reward for completing hard mission operations. And increase EXP for defeating monsters by 1.5 times. So people were talking about stuff like that. That's why they're doing those farm methods. All this is good stuff. You can now acquire rare basic materials as a reward for completing hard infiltration operations. Increase EXP for defeating monsters in normal operations by 1.5. Director's comment. This 1.1 update brings many changes to hard infiltration operations. We've changed some of the pre-existing missions, such as occupation, defense, and escort, to extermination or destruction to give players a run-and-gun style fast-paced combat experience as they enjoy repeated farming. Yeah, I mean, they're respecting our time. The reward system has also been adjusted to reflect that we've significantly increased the amount of EXP gained from defeating monsters and completing missions in hard infiltration operations. And while special operations are still the better option for farming EXP infiltration, operations can now provide a decent amount of EXP as players farm items. Additionally, we've increased the amount of rare basic materials you can receive from clearing hard infiltration operations. This is amazing. Like, this is what I'm talking about right here. Added directions to appear when using a cease during missions. Monsters will no longer target players who are participating in other missions. Thank God for that. It's like, oh boy. Story dialogues will no longer be repeated in hard difficulty missions, so you're not being spammed the same voice acting over and over again. Like I said, guys, like, subscribe for this type of content. I'll be playing this game too, and I'll be streaming it. Look out for me on that. Change the immunity mechanics of certain named monsters. Replace the spear destruction mechanics of Eaterlick, Seldir, Demigore, and Platia with shooting weak points. Increase the barrier hit range of named monsters. Players will no longer be teleported when joining large-scale operation missions. I can see how that made some people annoyed. Increases the gold reward for completing hard difficulty large-scale outposts by approximately 3 times. Improve the route so that shards acquired from void fragments can be used on the fusion reactor in the same battlefield. Oh my god, that's good. That is nice. More than double the amount of shards obtained from void fragments. Change in monster types and spawn locations in certain void fragment missions. Wow. Hagios Dune Base, Vesper, Moonlight Lake, Echo Swamp, Abandoned Zone, and Fortress Frozen Valley. Remove the starting requirements, void shards or void fusion reactors, and added requirements, void shards to the reconstructed devices that appear in fusion reactors. Wow. Made an improvement so that only one type of shard is required when using the reconstructed device in a void fusion reactor. Reduce the time to interact with reconstructed devices. Yes, some reconstructed devices now expire 10 seconds after all participants have used them. Director's comment. With the 1.1 update, we've made adjustments so that the single play through of a void fragment will yield enough void shards to use the reconstructed devices in fusion reactors once. We've also improved accessibility by making void fragments and fusion reactors on the same battlefield drop and require the same type of shards. Oh my god, way better. While you can still obtain 2 types of shards from void fragments, the reconstructed devices and fusion reactors now require only 1 type of shard, further improving accessibility. Less time sink. We are constantly monitoring feedback to further improve Outposts, so they're listening to us. For long-term improvements, the dev team is considering ideas to evolve Outposts into a non-stop combat experience, as well as improving the farming accessibility of void fragments and fusion reactors with the integration of content. In this 1.1 update, we've also changed the spawn location of certain void fragment missions to provide an efficient way to farm shards for each attribute. In addition, we've added snipers in certain void fragment areas to prevent the use of macros. I get that. For people that are kind of AFK farming and stuff like that. In certain void fragment areas, we hope these changes will make farming experiences more enjoyable. Players can now view part mission results from the mission after completing special operations, allowing them to restart the mission. And then you have Descendant EXP when completing waves and special operations. So more of that. We made adjustments to special operations so that there's improved efficiency when farming EXP. While we recognize many players enjoy leveling up through sterile landmine blocking, we still believe that it is not as rewarding as other EXP farms that require a simpler play, such as void fragments. As a result, in this update, we've added EXP when clearing waves and special operations. The fastest mine blockade will now give you about 1.5 times more EXP, while resource defense and neutralizing will give you 2 times more EXP. That's what I'm talking about. This game got so much better with this update. Oh my god. Thank you. So fixed issue to allow multiple socket types to be assigned to a single module. This socket will be applied to loadout setting 1, can also be used for settings 2 and 3 as well. Each socket type for loading settings 1, 2, and 3 can be changed so that they all may differ. Made improvements so that the amorphous materials linked to fusion reactors are displayed in the acquisition information, link intercept battles. Cool. Made improvements to allow the ability to designate the quantity of researchers when researching enhancement materials. We have added the ability to select a quantity of researchers when researching enhancement materials. One consequence of this change is that only 2 studies in the research list will result for each enhancement material. This means previously multiple adjustment control axes could be simultaneously created now. Now when it comes to adjustment control axes, only 2 can be researched at the same time, but you can adjust it. With the additional research quantity select, future players can now research up to 500 at a time. That's pretty nice. So that's pretty cool. Made improvements to display only modules you have in duplicates when combining modules. Increase the number of the symbols that can be displayed when designating them as attached items to 8. Made improvements to allow the ability to set an equipment option category in filter as junk for reactors and external components in equipment. That's good. Change the display location and design of the random options to improve inventory slots. Remove display for the reactor's attributes or archetype. Cool. The reactor icon has changed so that it now varies depending on the archetype. That's nice. So basically, like you have stuff like this, which actually helps out big time. I think this is all nice. Significantly increases the quantity of shape stabilizer you owned. Improved the map to show location of records needed to be found when progressing Descendant related quests. Made improvements by adding a tracking on tab when researching, making it easier to view the tracked target. Improved the intercept battle screen to display the number of linked amorphous materials players have at each intercept battle. Improve the ability to view mission details through the mission tooltip. Improve the display of the red dot when there are unacquired battle pass items. Improve the ability to purchase a one-time large quantity of enhanced materials at the shop. Improve the ability to preview each component of a bundled product without moving the screen. That's nice. And let's go down to Descendants here. Jaber fixed an issue where some stats were not reflected in Jaber's turret. Skill power modifier, additional attack for skills when attacking Colossus, Legion, Darkness, Order of Truth, Legion, and Immortality. Incoming damage modifier, improved J-Bear's turret sync effect to apply to summon turrets. When equipping skill module, turret engineering, instead of improving summon turrets to create a turret zone, increase cooldown of turret engineering. Blair, improved Blair's, he needs improvements. Pitmaster skill, so that it now increases critical hit rate by the number of flame zones he has, up to a maximum of 5. Increase Blair's flame zone skill damage, increases his burn skill effect, made changes so that Blair's extinguish skill no longer retrieves flame zones, improve taste of aggression effect to stack for the extinguish skill. I don't play him, but this is cool. Improve the MP heal by flame zone, so you guys should know more about this if you play him. From the taste of aggression and power of fire effects to be proportional to his max MP. Increases the maximum amount of flame zones, increases the duration of blaze up skill, reducing the MP cost. Improve the burn taste skill so that the skill can be halted when pressing the button during use. So he's got a pretty nice buff here. And then Ajax improved his orbit barrier and hypercube barrier to be affected by attribute resistances and increases the barrier's HP and defense ratios. Wow, that's nice for the whole team. Increases the ratio of barrier related stats when the life barrier and void barrier skill modules are equipped. Fixed an issue with continuously recovering shield for void walk and matrix recomputation skills and increased the max shield up ratio. So he's getting a nice buff. Improved the void walk skill to have faster motion transitions used while enhanced. Modified the body enhancement skill to increase HP defense and shield, and improved it to grant 100% void energy when used, but increased the cooldown and skill costs. Yeah, but that seems very nice. Improved the void charge to restore void walk. Changed the void walk skill so that it can be stacked. Damage dealt proportional to defense. Yeah, this is nice. In this update, we made balance adjustments to Ajax, Blair, and J-Bear. I feel like they needed updates. We've been closely analyzing feedback to the community and continue to monitor all Descendants and Ultimate Weapons. See, that's good. Not nerfing, but just making the other ones more important. It's the right thing to do. As we move forward with this invasion season, we'll continue to balance more Descendants and Ultimate Weapons based on your feedback. I love how these guys are listening and doing great things here. Equipment. Change the 4-piece set effect of the ultimate external component Burby to increase skill duration without any conditions. Damn. Increases the incoming damage modifier values for pain reliever, sensory depth, and psychological victory. Optimization improvements. Made some performance improvements when fighting many enemies. PC, PlayStation 5, Series X made some performance improvements while using ray tracing. Thank God, because ray tracing I kind of felt like was kind of a hinder. PC optimized the shader operation range, and then these are all the bugs that they're pretty much, fixing down here. That's a lot to read, but you guys get the idea here. This is a very, very good patch. All right, y'all, let me know what y'all think. Go ahead and comment. What an amazing patch. This game just got a whole lot better. All right, y'all, glad to do this. Like and subscribe. I appreciate that, y'all. We're bringing you more and more and a lot of other epic games, content, controversies, all types of stuff. All right, peace out, and I'll see y'all in the field. Descendants out.